Hello. Welcome to the village police department. How may I help you?
I would like to become a police officer, but I have some questions about the job. Could you answer some questions for me?
Sure.
What is it like to work at the village police department?
Well, typically an officer will show up 20 minutes early and go into the locker room, where they will talk shit about me while getting dressed.
And why would they do that?
As you have probably heard, I'm quite the asshole.
Yes. Yes, I have heard that. What else?
Next, the officers will go upstairs where they will typically talk with a dispatcher for a half hour, or until I come stomping down the hallway like a fucking asshole waving my finger in circles. This usually tells them it's time to leave the station.
Wow.
Next, they will get into their cars and decide who gets to buy coffee for everyone at the station. This is usually the most important job of the day, and one of the few things I'm actually at the station for.
Interesting.
Next, the guys will come upstairs where we will talk shit about the other guys in the department. We usually try to motherfuck everyone who is not working that day, and talk about all of their personal lives, and laugh about it. This usually goes on until the secretary gets a phone call, or until I finish my tea. Speaking of tea, I take it with milk. Would you like picking up Dunkin' Donuts every day?
Yes, I would enjoy that, sir.
Great. I'm pleased to hear that.
So after you all drink coffee, what happens?
Next, the guys will go back out on the road, where they will usually drive in circles around Mill Pond Parkway.
Why do they do that?
There is usually some fine ass running around the ponds during the daytime. I will usually cruise around for a lap or two as well when the mood strikes me right.
Oh my gosh. Well, what else can you tell me?
After the guys drive around Mill Pond Parkway, they will typically go and pick up snacks for themselves and meet up with other officers on the road.
I see.
I will usually get into my car at that time and drive around until I find them hanging out with their patrol cars side by side in the parking lot of the firehouse or in Smith Clove Park.
What happens when you find them?
I will usually get on the radio like an asshole and tell the guys to break it up. If they don't respond to the radio, I will drive by again and give them the helicopter.
This is so interesting. Can you tell me more?
Sure. After I make everyone break up the talk time on the road, the next major decision in the day is what we are going to eat for lunch from the local pizza restaurant.
Really?
Yes. The guys will usually bring back their food and sit down in the break room and start talking shit about me again. I make it a point to sneak around the corner like a dickhead and rip open the door and storm inside like a fucking asshole.
What are you looking for when you storm into the break room?
I want to know if they are talking shit about me behind my back and see if there are more than 3 people eating together at one time. I will usually just sit there and stare at the TV. Then, I will walk over and steal a chicken wing from someone's lunch and walk out.
Wow. That is quite an asshole thing to do.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So now that the guys have all had lunch and you have stolen their chicken wings, what happens next?
Typically the guys will type up a case report which normally takes about 10 minutes, but they will take their sweet ass time and spend an extra hour checking their Facebook accounts. This usually warrants another helicopter to tell the guys to get their asses back out on the road.
This is truly fascinating. Are there any other important things I should know about?
We have a few major events in the village during the year, one of the biggest ones being the fireworks.
What happens during the fireworks?
I will usually come in and drive around in the electric motor cart. Even though a sergeant has the entire event planned out in intricate detail, I still like to act like a fucking asshole and annoy everyone as much as possible. One of my most famous actions at the event is screaming out, "The fireworks have started. The fireworks have started."
Wouldn't everyone know the fireworks started just from seeing them blowing up in the sky?
You do make a good point.
Well, from everything you have told me, I think I might be interested in applying to become an officer with your department. How would I go about getting hired here?
Usually a person applying will submit an application to the department. The application will generally sit on my desk for a few months while I contemplate looking at it. Even though it would probably be a very simple task, I like to procrastinate for as long as possible.
So then who gets hired?
Well, since I like to take my sweet ass time, the good applicants will usually get hired somewhere else by the time I get around to calling them back for an interview. This is usually about the time that the mayor will start asking me why I'm such an asshole and why I have not hired anyone yet.
Then what happens?
I will then usually hire the next jerk off who walks in the door with an application, even if they are fucking dumb shit stupid.
So what do you think my chances are for getting hired here?
Well, let's see, it is 2010 now, so figure by 2012 you should hear something back from me.
Wow. That is a long time. Well, thanks for all of your help. I truly enjoyed hearing about your day at the department.
It was my pleasure. Have a nice day.
Yes, you too. Oh, and by the way,
Yes?
you really are quite an asshole. Goodbye.